It's so great to see so many of you here on a Sunday at 8 a.m. For me here in Bali, it's already 2 a.m., just the usual working hours. All right, today we have a really big update call. For those who haven't seen it yet, we're going to go through a few things. Some of you have already heard a bit, but I always want to get everyone on the same page during these calls. That's what these calls are for, to make sure everyone is on the same page. If someone can't make it, they're welcome to watch the recording. Afterwards, we'll do the same in English. So in 55 minutes, the whole thing will start again in English. And I think we'll also translate this call into Spanish and Italian, maybe even Hungarian. Peter, just for you. Then you can also share it with your community. That's right, we'll do that. We can handle it. All right, I'll get started. First of all, what exactly has been happening with us recently? We are thrilled to announce that we now have the brand new ToonPay IO website, which significantly means we've got a completely fresh and updated design. Maybe some of you have already noticed. I've already shared it 2 or 3 times. But for everyone present now, we have launched a new design language, which means the new logo will be reflected everywhere, including throughout the app. So now we're more decentralized finance-like, and as you know, looks matter and the design language has to fit so that everything is appealing. And yes, I think our developers and designers have done a really great job with that. Feel free to write your thoughts in the chat as well. And once again, just a reminder, you're all here at a company where everyone can contribute in some way, if you notice anything, etc. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we're always working to improve everything. We're very close to the community. It's a community-based project, so we rely on each and every one of you. If anyone notices something or discovers anything, please feel free to pass it on to us. In the past, we have had the teach and pool system. All of that functionality and all of those services will very soon be completely switched over to the new and improved ToonPay application. So Toon Pool will be switched over here, the cashback will be switched over here, the rewards, your structure, everything will end up here on the ToonPay app. For example, if you still happen to know the old familiar site, the ToonCash, it will also be directly linked and automatically redirected from there right here to this very specific and relevant page. It's extremely important at the very beginning. If you are going to register someone, please always, and I mean always, use this specific link. Yes, always this particular link. This is, let's say, the primary and most crucial link. Just make sure to consistently use that one exclusively. So you register here on the site, connect with your wallet, and if you haven't done that yet, please ask the person who invited you or showed you all this for the link again. That link is your master link. Then under Referrals, you can see everything. Who, where, what is happening here. Here, you can also see the wallet addresses. Of course, we're going to improve a lot here and make everything visually even better. Here, the nicknames will be shown. My suggestion to the developers was also to allow the phone number to be displayed here for those in the first level, because the first level is enrolled by you, so you should be able to get their contact details. If I scroll further down here, the second level, the second generation, it's no longer allowed. But in the first level, things like this are permitted, and you can more easily figure out, hey, who is this person? Right now, you really have to guess this number, but if a nickname or phone number is shown here, you can quickly compare the phone number yourself. Okay, so that's, say, Stefan, and then you know who it is. Yes, of course, all of this will be improved over time as well. So now to the app. The app will, of course, continue to be improved as well. I think the whole thing, we've really worked very meticulously on the app over the past 2 weeks. A really big update is coming next week as well. The flow will be much better. Onboarding will be easier, meaning you won't have to search for how to get a card or activate the access card. You'll be guided through the process. So it really has to be as simple as possible. There needs to be a system in the app so that literally anyone can do it, no matter how clueless. So it has to be simple and it has to be easily replicable. Success lies in simplicity. We know that. But developers with their level of knowledge always tend to make things a bit more complex, and we've had to drill that into them several times last week. Hey, make it so that literally anyone can understand it. And that's what they're going to implement now. And I'm super excited for this update. For example, it will be easier to see affiliates in the app. Then my request was for an invite code to be added. That means, for example, if you sign someone up through the app, that person has the option to enter your code there. That way, they're also assigned to you, because I've already noticed once that I signed someone up through the app and then they weren't directly visible under me. But that's not a problem at all when we notice things like that. We have the ability to restructure people and place them where they belong. And even if they ended up in the wrong place or didn't use a white link at all, we still have the option, or you do as well, to add the invite code afterwards. Yeah, I think that's a really, really cool update. This way, everyone has the opportunity to place people correctly on the cashback page. Cashback will then be explained in more detail how the whole thing works. Members can see it immediately. Then, I don't know if it will be included in this update or the next one. If you already have a card, you'll have the option to upgrade it. Currently, that's not available yet. If you have one, you still have to go through Web3 and purchase the next higher card. That will also be possible in the app. Then let's move on to the token. Or wait, let's do that right away. Let's do that. Wait, I'll put that here. It fits better with the flow. So I'll put that down here. Then we have these particular items right here. Wait just a second. Right here. Then you know it. All of you who genuinely want to invest early in the token or in the exclusive legacy pool. We previously used to have that structured on 3 distinct levels. That particular arrangement has now been significantly increased to 10 comprehensive levels. So that means we've expanded our previous compensation plan from 3 levels to 10. We personally think this prepares us well for the future, since we want to operate with 10 levels anyway. We've already integrated that now. So anyone who knows someone, or if you inform your downline now, it could happen, or it might even be the case, that in the next few days you'll find small or even larger amounts in your wallet, maybe from the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th level. Some of you already have well over 1,000 partners or even more than that, and we've significantly improved that particular aspect because we genuinely thought it was incredibly important to be thoroughly prepared for the upcoming launch. So with that in mind, I will now jump right into the detailed PRI. We already have a brand new PRI ready in German as well, and you can have it right away. You are getting everything hot off the press, freshly finished and prepared just for you. We've made a few changes, and some new features are also directly included there. You know all of this already. And here, an extremely important point. So everyone, please listen up. The sales, or more precisely, the card discounts will end on the 1st of November. That means until the 1st of November, we have these prices, and then we'll go back up to the original prices. So starter is now 97, currently 97, and normally 139. Copper is now 197, 500 for bronze, normally 3,500. Silver is 10,000. Gold, attention, we haven't updated that here yet, so currently still it's in the new plan starting from the 1st November, because the jump was simply too big. And earlier we talked again in the core team, also with the advisor, and he said, hey, the jump, and it will just be like this, that am I Carlos, or are there also old hands here? It can't be that you can just get the second highest card, which you can even earn in just 2 weeks. So there has to be at least a little incentive, even if it takes 3 weeks. Another special feature, of course, especially for those who are new, is that you don't have to put the money on the table yourself. You can also earn it, because every transaction that happens under you automatically pushes you up into the membership plans, into the member plans. We're also changing the name. So at first we called them tiers, then cashback plans, but we think member is better. Feel free to share your thoughts on that as well. So for example, it means you're a bronze member, or you're a silver member, gold member, or diamond member. That way it's not directly associated, because at the beginning it was called card tier, and many people thought they would get a diamond card or a gold card, but the cards are always the same. There's a plastic one and a virtual one, and then you become a silver member. So then there's a plastic card, a white silver member card, a metal card, a black silver member card, and a gold card. These cards are just upgrades. If you truly want to have a physical card right now, please know that this applies until November 1st. Your attention, please listen up. Let's definitely stick with 30% cashback. Anyone who has earned or currently owns a card by that time will certainly remain at this cashback level. Last week, we talked for a long time, made a lot of phone calls, consulted with the advisory board, and also spoke with the lawyer. He said, look, public perception is very, very important. And if you go out and say, hey, 30% cashback, questions will come up right away. That happened to me at the beginning too. And of course, we said from the start that at some point we would lower the cashback rates, but not for existing members. So you will keep this benefit, you will remain at your current cashback levels. So you also have the opportunity until November 1st to upgrade to the next higher cashback levels. And we will change this starting from November 1st. After that, the rates will go down. Starter stays at 1, copper at 3, bronze at 5, silver at 7, gold at 10, and diamond at 15. This is also healthier, yes, healthier for the company, which is why we made this change. Very, very important. You'll also get the slides in a moment, so you can take another look at them yourself. So this is a really big update, a major update. It's also technically possible now, and it was important to us that the developers could handle it. That means until November 1st, and from November 1st, the prices and the cashbacks will also change. Yes, we had 180% APY, and here too we want the token to be healthy and to generate a lot of XEs when we launch it. That's why we've reduced it from 180% to 160% APY. But to avoid any confusion, since people often asked why 160 or 180 with this burning mechanism, we simply wrote plus 60% APY. I think that's understandable for everyone. You make 60% with it per year. That's it, it's easy. It's also much simpler in terms of wording and understanding. So 60% APY here in the presentation already reflects the new figures. For example, if someone now gets a bronze card under the new conditions, they receive 60% APY. If the price doubles, triples, or even quintuples, you get cashback, the benefits of the card, plus passive income on a daily basis. You'll see how that works, especially for those who are completely new. For example, if you divide it by 365 days, you can almost claim 50 a day if we achieve a 5 times increase. And I think we can do that now with a solid product. First the product, then comes the token. We've already told you that. It's relatively simple, actually very, very simple, because people want the card, people want the cashback, and everything else comes after that. The token is no longer the main focus. Previously, it was like this. It was a completely token-based company. 100% everything was in tokens. So commissions were in tokens. And yes, people wanted to earn, people wanted commissions, and of course, they also dumped the token. Now we've made a change. 50% is paid out in Solana USDT, and 50% goes into tokens. We also renamed it from Founder Pool, because these pools were always a bit confusing. We simply called it ToonCash token. That means everyone now has the opportunity to invest in the token right here on this page. Get ToonCash token, invest. Boom. And here, for example, I bought $1. I have to confirm something. Now I have to log in again. Wait a second, confirmed, wait a bit, and I've already bought tokens. Up here in the balance, now comes the congratulations, and the token is bought. And yes, then at the launch with the token, bam, Here, bam, the tokens are added up here. At the launch, these tokens will then go into the race for you. So that means here we have the top 250 board. Oh, board has to be here. Top 250 board, which means everything here remains unchanged. The 250 most successful investors and stakers, 10% of the fees will go into a pool, and the 250 most successful investors and stakers will share this pool. And here, the more percent you stake, the more percent you invest, the more percent you get from the pool. Yes, it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm really curious to see how it all plays out in reality when people see, hey, this person has this much percent of the pool. That's how much is in the pool now. Yes, that brings buy pressure. That creates even more incentive for people to buy and stake the token. So that's another small use case. And yes, all of this remains unchanged. The legacy pool remains unchanged. You know it, 10% goes into the legacy pool, $5,000 per pool. And there are several people who already own multiple pools, and then they share transaction fees for life. I think we have just under 60 pools left. Tomorrow, 2 more will go. So it's going really fast now, and then the pools will be gone. And yes, it's like equity, a stake. Actually, it's more like a dividend that you receive. It's the best product out there with real value creation, and you get the returns, whether it's the top 250 board pool or the legacy pool, you get them in USDT. You participate in the transactions from ToonPay. Then with the legacy pool, for those who haven't heard this yet, when you buy in for $5,000, you get the card on top, not just the pool, you get the card as well. And here you see the small difference. If you just get the card for $5,000, we had this example earlier. Here, $5,000, where is it? Here, $5,000, someone puts it in. With a doubling, you get $6,480. With the pool, with $5,000, with the same amount, just because you have a time advantage with the legacy pool, a lot more tokens go into staking for you, so you get $9,720 with the same value increase. So in my opinion, it makes a gigantic difference, plus the participation. With a stake here, if we reach 1 million users, even if we only manage that in the first few months, you'll get about $500 to $600 per month in USDT, just passively in USDT. So I think that's already very, very lucrative on the side, in addition to the tokens, in addition to the card, in addition to the income opportunities, and that
is healthy. Maybe let's briefly address the questions.
Okay, that's okay, or perhaps okay.
If there are any more questions now. So I received a question here regarding cashback. Just to clarify again, everyone who secures these plans by November 1st will, after launch, as long as this staking contract exists, receive these cashbacks. Yes, that means not just the cashback collected up to November 1st is all there is. Will be allocated to you, but after launch, your smart contract starts for 1 year. And for as long as it runs, your card will work with the old cashback system. So you'll have plenty of time to collect these cashbacks. It's just that securing these cashbacks is only possible until November 1st. November, right?
Exactly. So you secure the card's percentage until November 1st. For example, if you are gold by November, then you have 25%. If you become gold or have gold starting from November 1st, then it's only 10%. So Claudia, do the old existing legacy plans truly stay as they are? No, absolutely everything, without exception, goes to a full 160%. Indeed, everything, every single aspect is now set to 160%. Previously, it was a mere 0.48% per day, a very small fraction. However, now it is significantly increased to only 16% per day for SEC. This represents a substantial and important change in the daily rate. No, it's still 0.44% per day, 0.44%. Yes, I just said it. It's still 160% APY. But from a sales perspective, from the wording, it's just better to say plus 60%. You just put in 1,000 and get 1,600 out. You just have to
not go into the further details of the specifics of the token burning process.
Exactly. You don't have to say anymore, hey, it's being burned, etc. That's far too complex and intricate for many people to easily understand. So we just said, okay, let's consider a straightforward increase of plus 60%. So it consistently stays at a very manageable 0.44% per day, which is indeed quite good and acceptable. So who among you actually notices or perceives the presence of water here in this context? Please feel free to write your observations and thoughts in the chat section.
Income and also electricity, that's precisely what I see here.
An income pool, the world pool, and it has, so you know this, 10 levels, as I just mentioned. Yes, we changed it from 3 to 10. If someone now refers a legacy pool in the 4th level, you still get $150 for it, or now, for the ToonCash token, $300 invested. Also, for all the newcomers, if you say, okay, I do not have the money right now, or I do not want to invest, it does not matter, you still have a chance. But if you are interested in maybe getting the legacy pool, everyone who invests $300 in the ToonCash token automatically takes part in a raffle to win a legacy pool. Starting from $300, you participate in the raffle. You can also invest $600 or $900. Then you have 2 tickets or 3 tickets. We'll simply put your address into the Wheel of Fortune, which you all know we always use, 2, 3, or 4 times accordingly. I've already seen that some people have invested $1,200, or one person $1,200, another $700. That means one will be entered 4 times in the draw, so their wallet will be on the Wheel of Fortune 4 times, the other twice. For every $300 increment, your wallet is entered again as if you're participating once more, so a new entry.
Is one spot.
Exactly, $300 is one spot. So now we won't keep you in suspense any longer. Now I'll show you the whirlpool. So what did we do, just so you understand? Before, we had transaction fees, the commission on that. Previously, at the diamond level, it was 1.2%, and I think the jump from silver to gold was from 60 to, well, we've evened that out. That means starters, so every starter, if you are a starter now and you bring someone in, you earn 0.1% on their spending. If you are copper, it's 0.2% on their spending. Bronze, 0.4, silver, 0.6, gold, 0.8, diamond, 1.0. So if you are diamond and someone in your team is bronze, and as an example, they use the card, you earn 0.6. The difference, of course, yes, all of that remains unchanged up here, the 0.2. So previously, diamond was 1.2. We've shifted that into a world pool, and that's going to be fun. When there are card expenditures worldwide, so when people all over the world pay with the card, 10% of the transaction fees, that's the 0.2, 10% of that will be, if we have 2% fees, 10% of that is the 0.2, and we've taken that from your commission and transferred it over here. You always have to keep in mind, we collect 2% in total. We're also completely transparent, and we give 80% back to you. 80%. That means 1.6% goes back to the community. There is no company out there that does anything even close to this. I know RedPay, we always mention them here. RitoPay, nearly 5 million customers, or now already 5 million customers built up in 2.5 years. They give 0.2%. That's it. No cashback, nothing else behind it, nothing further. They're very, very good. They're simple, but they don't have these 7 income opportunities here. They only have 1, commissions on spending. That's it. Here you have them. So as of now, 7. When the token is launched, then this here will go away. Yes, then there will no longer be the possibility to invest in the legacy pool or in the token logically. But then there will be 6 income streams, and this income opportunity, the world pool, works like this. The 10% is a huge pool, which is then distributed, silver, gold, and diamond. The requirement for silver, so 25% of the pool goes to silver, 30% to gold, 45% to diamond. You yourself will definitely need a silver card, and you will also need 3 distinct people or 3 separate lines, not all consolidated into one single line, but rather 3 completely separate lines that are all bronze level, each with their very own individual staking turnover. And here's a clear example. If a significant 1 million users are successfully reached using precisely the same example, because it's always the identical example, logically speaking, those 1 million users will then spend an average amount of $350 with their respective cards, which ultimately totals a substantial $350 million in all. Of the expenses, 2% are fees, which is quite nasty. That's 7 million, of which 10% is distributed to the pools monthly. That's not just a one-time thing. And now you're in the silver pool. You've truly made it. Yes, some of you are already in there. And in this particular pool, there would now be dollars. And now it could be that there are only 4 people in the pool, for example. I think, especially at the very beginning, there might be 4, yes, 4 or 5 people. Now you split it among 4 or 5 people. That's absolutely crazy. Gold, 30% of the pool goes in here. And the higher you go, the more room there is for you, meaning the fewer people are in there. Just as an example, maybe there are only 2 people in there, then you split it per person. Diamond, the requirements are you must be gold yourself, have 3 silver lines, your own staking, and 1 million in sales. There you go, you have a really nice income. Diamond W, then 45% goes into the pool. So again, this is an extreme incentive. If you're just a user, that's great, all cool. But I know what something like this does. I know exactly. We've calculated this up and down, discussed it thoroughly, had many conversations, spent countless hours on this, and I know that this will also be a significant sales booster. Diamond is 45% of these 10%. So that's what ultimately ends up in this pool. Requirements, you need 3 gold lines, your own staking, and 3 million in sales. Those are the ones you then split. It could be that you're the very first one. Yes, then you just get that in a month. Who likes that? Feel free to write it in here. Mega, top, super cool. Okay, great, great. I'll get to the other questions in a moment. Also here, this remains completely unchanged. If someone gets a cashback plan or stakes the tokens, you automatically earn from that as well on a daily basis. As long as they're staking, you earn tokens for it here on 10 levels. We had that reduced from 31 to 18%, which only applies to the token. Then we have a timetable. We thought not just to monotonously run through presentations every day, but also to include valuable coaching, to include comprehensive training. That means starting tomorrow. It kicks off tomorrow, both in German and English, with mindset and sales. Those of you who have been following me for a while or are on this journey with us know what these trainings are like. I've been in sales for 20 years and have acquired a lot of concentrated knowledge. And this knowledge is truly valuable. It's something that can really make a difference. This is a crucial point. How do I approach people? What kind of mindset do I bring with me? Because first the mindset grows, then everything else grows. Yes, that has always been the fundamental case. I always emphatically say this: be, do, have. And truly being always comes first. But most people, unfortunately, want to simply have something without actually doing anything substantial to genuinely become something significant. They always do it the other way around, and that's where it starts. Yes, these are indeed the small, subtle things we integrate or change in our daily, everyday lives. But in the end, they will ultimately give us completely different and much more significant results. I'm really looking forward to it. Tomorrow we start. It's about goals. It's about sales. It's about trainings like how do I do it? How do I bring new people on board? And how do I invite people the right way? Things like that. We can always specifically ask what topics you want, and then we'll cover those topics. Then on Tuesday, webinar Toon and tag markets, German, English. So we'll do that. Then part Toon, part tech markets. On Wednesday, we'll do back office training, German, Toon, and tech markets. How do I register people? How do I buy the card? How do I set up the trading? So all these points, how do I withdraw? How do I set up a phantom wallet? Maybe we'll also do a session for all the newcomers on how to buy crypto. Yes, that's already where it starts for some people. How do I handle things? Then on Thursday, there will be a trading training from Tech Markets. That's from their side, and we'll also share the link. They've also had, for the past 3 weeks, this is something I only really noticed last week. For 3 weeks now, they've had Joel, who is a very successful trader, someone who puts out truly, truly amazing signals publicly. We also already had a signal group for our community, but I think at most 10 people used it, and we were paying 500 every month for it. So we said, okay, that's simply too few people actually using it. That's precisely why Tech Markets has officially launched something entirely of their very own, a new initiative. Of course, we'll see if now 100 or 200 people use the signals or really want signals, then we'll definitely take it up again. We will revive our signal group if it's even necessary, because Joel, in the last 3 weeks, has only had one stop loss. That is a wrong signal, a signal that went negative. His performance is just incredible. They actually recruited him from another company, and Tech Markets will also improve a lot over time. You'll have the opportunity, though I know it's still a bit technical, you still need a bit of know-how, like how to implement such a signal, etc. But Tech Markets will support us in this regard by providing an app. That means they're releasing an app and will also be at the event, I think on the 24th, until the 28th. In Malaysia, there's an event in October where I think they'll also present these things, and after that, they'll be launched. Each of you will have the opportunity to connect your account through the app. You'll have your trading account, and then you can trade signals with just one tap. That means you set it up once, press once, and that's it. So it's really designed to be accessible for everyone. Easy. And on Sundays, like now, we'll have update calls covering different topics because we always have updates during the week. Things are discussed, and we want to keep that up with you to communicate these things with you so that, as I just said, everyone is on the same page. Okay, then let's quickly go through the questions. It's turned out really nice, awesome, waiting for the old links. To Harold's question, if I upgrade from bronze to silver after November 1st, will I drop from 10 to 7?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. I genuinely don't really think so, as it wouldn't make any logical sense.
I don't think so either, but we'll definitely share the final solution as well, how that will be.
Yeah, I think no.
So no, definitely not dropping down. No.
Definitely not dropping down, no way.
But we should definitely put that in writing for clarity. Very good question. We'll definitely put that in writing.
Robert, regarding your KYC, please write to us directly in person, and we will be happy to forward it on for you. So Huld's question is justified, right? Yeah, absolutely. You will definitely get everything. The token contract address, and all of that important information, you will get it. So no worries at all. Igor, what were the reasons that the ToonPay app was removed from Google Pay? When will the app be available again on Google Pay? When will the TokenCash be transferred? So regarding the first question, we actually don't know. Google simply removed us. We're working on it now. We filed an appeal and we're waiting for their response. If they don't respond to us by, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll get a lawyer involved. We've already spoken with the lawyer about what the issue might be. He told us that it might be because we're too focused on MLM, which we are, but you can rewrite things, take a lot out of the app, keep it simpler, and move more towards an affiliate model. Then we'll have to restructure a bit if it really comes down to it. Everything will stay the same, but we'll have to present ourselves differently using tiers instead of levels. So instead of levels, you'll earn different tiers. We'll manage it.
Yeah, it might be that we have to redo the presentation with the any.
We might have to change things a bit in the app, but everything else will stay the same. We want to keep the concept as it is now. It's unique, and I don't want to change it. So when will the Toon tokens be transferred into ToonCash? We're working on that right now. So right now, the developers are currently and actively working on further enhancing the overall app, and then their subsequent task will eventually be to seamlessly incorporate ToonPay fully into the app. The Ton pool that was there before will then be available there, which will be called the staking pool, and you'll see your old tokens there. Then, when the token launches, everything will transition seamlessly and you'll just continue with the ToonCash token. That's how the listing will be postponed. It doesn't look like we'll be able to meet this date. It will be difficult for us to stick to this date from our side. I don't want to tell you any tall tales here. Also, it's important to understand, guys, it's not that we don't want to do it. It's not like I want the token. Honestly, I would have liked to have it yesterday, but try to put yourselves in our shoes or imagine you're entrepreneurs and you have a product that's maybe 80% ready, but still needs some improvements. Would you launch it then? Even though it might still have some errors, bugs. You see, some people here are having issues with verification and so on. I want to have a finished good product, and that just takes time. It's not like we say something and it happens immediately. These things have to be programmed. These things, if we were only operating on the web, if we were only on the web, only in crypto, things would be finished much, much faster. But we're also in the web space, meaning we connect web and Web3. We're actually the only ones who have done it this way so far or are doing it. No one else out there is doing it on this scale. For example, you connect with Phantom Wallet and your cashback. This is how it will work. You spend money and then you see cashback points in the app. These points, we can't have it so that you can claim tokens directly in the app on Apple or Google. That would be ideal, but neither Apple nor Google would accept that. They would immediately reject us. That's why we've solved it with points, so that you can ultimately claim these points on the Web3 side, because you've connected with Phantom, and then you can exchange or stake them or do whatever you want with them. It's real money. So to answer the question again, we're doing our best to make it by then. We're looking at the update now, and if a lot has improved, things are looking good. It's also important that we still need to raise some funds, but that's not the biggest problem. We have investors on board who say, okay, when you're ready to go, we'll come in with several 100,000 as well, so we can have a really awesome launch. I'd like to be more active, but it's just not working with the verification. I've tried several times with Burned, unfortunately without success. Klaus, we also need to check again. When will the swaps happen?
I'm happy to share Simon's contact on Telegram again here. Feel free to message him and sign up. For us, it's getting a little bit harder every day to take care of individual cases like this. But before you, for example, write to support, you can always write to Simon. He might just go into the back office with you and check what could have been the reason for the issue. Maybe things like this can be resolved beforehand, before you write to support, and it might get resolved a bit later, or maybe not at all because of the language barrier. So feel free to use this contact, and he will also take a deeper look into your issue. We have some people who have already been waiting for several days or even weeks. Not something we want, of course, but we really can't split ourselves up. It's better if we focus on the core things like presentations, the numbers, and advisory, and have these individual cases handled directly by our team. So with the best will in the world, it's not Diema's job. Try to support us or him a little bit there. Thank you.
To the question, Matthias, good evening. Next year, for example, will the silver percentages go down, or do those who already have a status keep it for life? Because it doesn't make sense if I get 20% in silver, move up to gold, and then only get 15. We're also thinking about that. Where is the security in Phantom? The security in Phantom, you can only ensure that yourself if you properly secure your private keys and protect your computer from spam and malware, then it's already secure. That's how it is. I've been doing this for 11 years. No one has ever hacked one of my wallets, to be honest, and I'm very active in crypto. But actually, it did happen to me once. I have to admit, it happened once. I connected my MetaMask to an app, to a site that looked exactly the same. It was also a sale. I remember I connected to a fake site and then they drained my wallet. But before I do something like that, I always create new wallets for each project. So that means I have a main wallet, and you always have the option in Phantom or MetaMask or other wallets. You can also go through this in trainings. So I just always create new wallets. I made a wallet, transferred the funds I wanted to invest into it, connected, and then I saw second by second how the wallet just kept getting smaller and smaller. It wasn't a lot, maybe 1,000 or so, but still, it has happened to me before. Yeah, exactly. A proper password that won't happen to me again. No, Nico, the Phantom Wallet is a public decentralized network. If you own the Phantom Wallet, then you are your own bank. No one else has access to the Phantom Wallet except you. Ultimately, you have the ability to connect your bank and your Phantom Wallet to the Toon ecosystem. You establish the connection and you simply participate in the Toon ecosystem.
That means you only see your wallet address, but not your private key or your phrases. That's
Exactly the same situation applies here. Robert, could you please be so kind as to send that information to me directly via WhatsApp or perhaps Telegram? It genuinely doesn't help the current situation if you choose to write to me personally here in this chat right now. Okay, that's really cool. Those were all of the updates that we had for you today. I hope that you liked them and found them to be informative. Yes, I am really looking forward to receiving the weekly updates and the latest developments from the developers. So I still notice with some people that they're having difficulties. I just got a card myself. Actually, I did two and it went through smoothly. Tomorrow I have time. So tomorrow I'll do a few things. First, the pry is finished and I'll make videos about it in German and in English. Then we'll translate them into various languages. I'll also make guides on how to connect properly, how to buy your card, and how to activate the members. I'll cover all of that tomorrow. It'll be a quick 5 to 10 minute video so you can get started with it right away. At the same time, we're also working on providing this in written form and as images. That means you can look at it in a PDF where it will say, first click here, second click there, and so on. A step-by-step guide on what to do for your card. Yes, that is indeed the comprehensive and well thought out plan we have meticulously prepared. All right, we have an important and highly anticipated English webinar that is scheduled to be coming up very soon, and it promises to be incredibly informative and engaging for all participants. Therefore, we will make sure to give you a detailed and comprehensive call in just a few short moments as soon as we have concluded our current preparations and are fully ready to connect with you to discuss everything further. Matze, I'm curious, if someone increases their contribution today, is there something special or a particular benefit for that?